Let's dive into the breathtaking world of Formula One crash survivors together. At number 10, we have Max and Lewis, Italy 2021. It was a day of high-speed drama at Monza, Italy. The race had settled into a rhythm after the pit stops, but little did we know a storm was brewing. Hamilton and Verstappen are going wheel to wheel into the first chicane. Hamilton had just exited his pit stop and found himself battling Verstappen for position. The tension in the air was palpable as they approached the Rettifilo chicane. Verstappen's Red Bull went over the sausage curbs, and suddenly it happened. Verstappen's car was airborne and landed on top of Hamilton's Mercedes. It was a horrifying crash that left everyone in shock. As the dust settled, the motorsport world held its collective breath. Verstappen's car had ridden over the back of Hamilton's, with its right rear wheel rolling over the roll hoop and descending dangerously close to Hamilton's head and making very light contact with his helmet. It was a terrifying moment, but there was one hero in the story: the Halo cockpit protection device. The Halo, designed to protect a driver's head, once again proved its worth. It deflected the impact and prevented a full-force collision with Hamilton's head. Max Verstappen quickly climbed out of his car, glanced at Hamilton, and walked away. The gravity of the situation hit hard. This accident was life-threatening. The life-saving device had averted a tragedy, leaving Hamilton shaken but unharmed. Hamilton: "I'm a little bit stiff and sore on my neck because it landed on my neck, but I'll be okay." Hamilton emerged from his car bruised but grateful for the safety measures that had saved his life. "I didn't expect him to keep squeezing. If he left me a car space, we would have raced out of turn 2, and he would have probably still been ahead." Verstappen, on the other hand, believed that Hamilton could have given him more room and blamed him for the collision. It was a high-stakes clash with both drivers holding their ground. After the race, the stewards investigated the incident and ruled that Verstappen was predominantly to blame for the collision. They handed him a 3-place grid penalty for the next race in Russia, a decision that was met with approval from Hamilton and his team. Toto Wolff: "I would say it was a tactical foul. It was clear for Max that it would end in a crash." The clash between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton in Italy 2021 left a lasting mark on the championship battle. It was a dramatic moment that showcased the incredible safety advancements in Formula One, ultimately saving lives on that fateful day. In 9th place, we look at Niki Lauda during the German Grand Prix in 1976. It was a scorching summer day at the Nürburgring, and the 1976 Formula One season was in full swing. The late Niki Lauda, the reigning world champion, was leading the championship. Little did anyone know that the upcoming race would test his courage and resilience like never before. Niki Lauda is pushing hard, but the weather conditions here are treacherous. As the race began, Lauda pushed his Ferrari to the limit, but Mother Nature had other plans. The weather turned treacherous and rain began to pour. Disaster struck as Lauda's car lost control, crashed and burst into flames. The horrifying accident left everyone fearing the worst. Niki Lauda, with his unyielding determination, defied the odds. Despite suffering severe burns and lung damage, he managed to escape the inferno. Lauda's condition was critical. He was rushed to the hospital and placed in a coma as he fought for his life. Miraculously, just 6 weeks after the accident, Niki Lauda returned to racing. His recovery was nothing short of extraordinary, defying medical expectations. That's what he wrote in his autobiography. "What I'd done wrong was an attempt to drive as fast as I had done before the shunt, quite irrespective of my weakened condition on the one hand and the rain on the other. I had felt insecure and had overreacted. I hadn't held the car in check as I usually would have done. I simply hadn't used my expertise to take control of it." Lauda's resilience and determination were on full display as he returned at the Italian Grand Prix. Though his face was still scarred from the accident, his spirit remained unbroken. The world watched in awe as Niki Lauda returned to the cockpit. In one of the most iconic moments in F1 history, Lauda fought his way to the podium and continued his championship battle. Although he narrowly missed the championship that year, his courage and determination became the stuff of legends. At number 8, Zhou Guanyu, 2022 British Grand Prix. It was a day of high-speed drama at Silverstone, and the 2022 British Grand Prix was about to start. Zhou Guanyu, a rising star in the world of Formula One, was set to make his mark. Little did he know that he would face a terrifying ordeal right at the beginning of the race. As the lights went out, chaos unfolded. Zhou's car was involved in a heart-stopping crash that sent it flipping upside down at the speed of 200 kilometers an hour. It careered through the gravel and launched over tyre barriers, finally resting in front of the catch fencing. The safety team reacted with lightning speed, rushing to the scene within seconds, and floor driver George Russell was quick to leave his car and check on his friend. It was a nerve-wracking wait as they worked to recover Zhou from the wreckage. Zhou's survival was nothing short of miraculous. Emerging from this nightmarish ordeal, he was remarkably cleared of any significant injuries. It was a moment that defied belief and served as a testament to the relentless pursuit of safety advancements in the sport. His own words capture the intensity of the situation. He said, "I don't know how I survived. But then, looking back, obviously, I saw the halo saved me." He added, explaining the scene, "It wasn't hurting, but it was very cold on the left-hand side, so I didn't know if it was blood and I wasn't feeling any more or something. I was just making sure. I was worried about if the engine caught on fire because in that position, you're really stuck." Zhou Guanyu's survival was a testament to the dedication to safety in Formula One, with the Halo cockpit protection device playing a crucial role in protecting him during the crash. At number 7, we look at Felipe Massa's crash in Hungary 2009. The Hungarian Grand Prix in 2009, a race that would forever be etched in the memory of Formula One fans. Felipe Massa, the Ferrari driver, was in the midst of a high-speed qualifying session. Red Bull's Sebastian Vettel and Renault's Fernando Alonso were the talk of the town, battling for pole position. Then came the moment that sent shockwaves through the paddock. A 1-kilogram spring detached from Rubens Barrichello's Brawn GP car struck Massa, hitting him just 1 inch above his left eye. Massa was already pushing the limits at over 250 kilometers an hour, and the impact left him unconscious. His car, still under power, careered straight into a tyre barrier with forces reaching 0.6 to 1.4 Gs. It was a harrowing sight. The immediate response was swift. Massa was airlifted to a hospital. His 2009 season came to an abrupt end. Recounting the incident, Massa revealed that the spring, weighing between 900 grams to 1 kilo, hit him at a jaw-dropping speed. It resulted in the loss of the bone area above his left eye, necessitating intensive surgeries, including the placement of a plate to reconstruct his skull. In Massa's words, "I went to the hospital. They made quite an intense operation." He added that, "They put like a plate here," pointing above his left eye, "because I lost all the bone on this area." His journey back to the cockpit was long and arduous, but it reflected the indomitable spirit of a racer. Massa learned to cherish life anew, showing profound respect for his own life and everyone involved in this high-stakes sport. In 6th place, Mick Schumacher, 2022 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. In the heart of the 2022 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, a dramatic moment unfolded during Q2. The young talent, Mick Schumacher, found himself amid a high-speed nightmare. As he navigated turn 10, the unexpected happened. He lost control of his car on the unforgiving curbs. Schumacher's car bore the brunt of the impact, smashing into the concrete walls in a side-on collision. The car was mangled and it seemed impossible for anyone to emerge unscathed from such a crash. But there's something about the resilience of these Formula One drivers. After what felt like an eternity, the extraction team freed Schumacher from the wreckage. It was a tense moment as he was rushed to the Jeddah Street Tracks Medical Centre for an initial evaluation. The relief was palpable when the news came in. No physical injuries. Incredible considering the magnitude of the crash. But the cautious world of Formula One doesn't leave things to chance. Mick Schumacher was airlifted to the nearby King Fahd Armed Forces Hospital for further precautionary checks. His team boss, Gunther Steiner, echoed the collective sigh of relief. The best thing is that Mick has apparently no injuries, he said, acknowledging that Schumacher was in good hands. A day later, Schumacher was allowed to leave the hospital and he posted a picture from his hotel room on social media. It was a moment of triumph over adversity. Steiner explained the team's anxious wait for news after the impact, revealing that radio communication had been lost. "We didn't have any contact with radio with him because everything with the impact, it's all digital. It broke up," he said. "But then we got the message that he's conscious. That was the most important thing. And then, as soon as they had him down, they said he had no exterior injuries." In the world of Formula One, where every second counts, Mick Schumacher's survival story was a testament to the unwavering commitment to safety and the incredible resilience of these modern-day gladiators. At number 5, Yano Truly, 2004 British Grand Prix. The 2004 British Grand Prix at Silverstone was a day that showed just how tough Formula One drivers can be. Yano Truly was in the middle of a race when things went wrong. His Renault car suddenly had a problem with its suspension, causing it to spin off the track after a really fast corner called Bridge. The car smashed into a wall so hard that the back of it got wrecked. Then it rolled over once and finally stopped in a gravel area. It was a really scary moment, and you'd think that anyone in that crash would be seriously hurt. But here's the amazing part. Truly climbed out of his car on his own, and he seemed okay. Truly, with the courage only a racer possesses, calmly reassured the world. "First of all, I want to let everyone know that I'm okay," he said. "It was a big accident, but I gave the marshals the thumbs up straight away." In the aftermath of the incident, Truly shared with Radio Silverstone that it looked much worse than it was. A sentiment echoed by his team boss Flavio Briatore and chief engineer Pat Symonds. They all breathed a sigh of relief, knowing that Truly had walked away unharmed. Symonds believed that a suspension fault might have been the culprit, but in the end, what truly mattered was that Yano Truly, against all odds, had emerged from a brutal accident uninjured. It showed how important safety is in Formula One and how tough these drivers can be. Number 4, Kubica, Canada's crash 2007. In the 2007 Canadian Grand Prix, a jaw-dropping moment unfolded on the racetrack. The Polish racing sensation, Robert Kubica, found himself in a heart-stopping crash that defied all odds. The unthinkable occurred as he tangled with Yano Truly, hurtling towards the hairpin. Kubica's BMW car was sent careering off the track, smashing into a wall with terrifying force. The impact was so brutal that his car violently rebounded onto the circuit, tearing it apart as it sliced back across the tarmac and the racing line before finally coming to rest against another barrier. It was a sight that would send shivers down anyone's spine. With his car reduced to a mangled mess, there were grave concerns for Kubica's well-being. The immediate response was crucial. Kubica was swiftly extracted from the wreckage by the trackside medical team and rushed to a nearby hospital. And here's where the miraculous part comes in. Despite the utter devastation of his car, Kubica emerged from this nightmarish ordeal with relatively minor injuries, a sprained ankle and a mild concussion. It was nothing short of a miracle when you consider the sheer magnitude of the crash. The safety features built into the car and the swift action of the medical team played a pivotal role in his escape. Reflecting on this harrowing incident, Kubica himself shared, "This accident was the biggest in my career. Considering the speed, the course of the event, the impact itself and what would have happened to me, you have to admit that I was very lucky then. I lost consciousness for a few seconds." Kubica's words remind us of the unpredictable nature of accidents in Formula One. It's not always about how fast you're going. Sometimes fate has its own plans. At number 3, we look at Mark Webber's crash in Valencia 2010. The 2010 European Grand Prix in Valencia was a race day that Formula One fans will never forget. Mark Webber, the seasoned racer, found himself in a heart-stopping moment that defied belief. It was lap 10, and Webber was eager to make a move. As he attempted to overtake, he misjudged the manoeuvre and his front right tyre collided with the rear left of a Lotus. The collision occurred on the fastest part of the circuit, propelling Webber's Red Bull into a terrifying flight. The car soared into the air, landing upside down on its nose, and it seemed like something out of a Hollywood movie. Miraculously, the car bounced off the tarmac and miraculously righted itself, leaving spectators in awe. But the ordeal was far from over. Webber's car careered across a significant runoff area at turn 12 before smashing into a tyre barrier and bouncing off it. It was a bone-chilling spectacle that brought out the safety car as everyone held their breath. Amid this chaos, Mark Webber threw his steering wheel out of the cockpit and removed his head and neck support system. And then the unimaginable happened. Webber climbed out of his car unhurt. In the aftermath of this heart-pounding crash, Webber shared his thoughts, which were nothing remarkable. "The world seemed to slow down," he recounted. "I was wondering whether I might hurt myself and was scrolling the track through my mind, trying to work out whether or not there were any bridges to hit. I knew I was a long way up in the air," he added, "but wasn't sure exactly how far." Mark Webber's survival was a testament to the resilience of Formula One drivers and the safety measures that make this sport as breathtaking as it is. In second place, we have Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, Silverstone, 2021. In a heart-pounding action of the 2021 British Grand Prix at Silverstone, two giants of Formula One, Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, engaged in a high-speed duel that would go down in the history books. At the start of the race, the stage was set for a showdown. Verstappen, the pole-sitter, and Hamilton beside him on the front row were ready for battle. Hamilton made a slightly better start. From that moment on, it was a game of cat and mouse. Lap after lap, Hamilton relentlessly tried to overtake Verstappen, setting the stage for an epic clash. As they approached the 9th corner, known as Copse, the tension reached its peak. Hamilton, having trailed Verstappen through the Luffield corner, gained ground as they raced through Woodcott. With nerves of steel, he pulled out to the inside as they neared Copse. Verstappen, aware of the threat, shifted his line to cover the inside, then swerved left and back towards the racing line. Hamilton, too, made a slight move towards the racing line. And then it happened. In the blink of an eye, their cars made contact. Hamilton's front left wheel collided with Verstappen's right rear, sending the Red Bull spinning into a barrier with tremendous force. It was a heart-stopping moment that brought the race to a screeching halt. The race was red flagged as Verstappen's battered car was recovered and the damaged barrier was repaired. Amidst this chaos, Mercedes seized the opportunity to perform critical repairs to Hamilton's car, which would prove crucial for him to continue the race. After this dramatic collision, both drivers shared their thoughts. Hamilton firmly believed he had every right to attempt the overtake and argued that Verstappen hadn't left him enough space. "I was fully alongside him," Hamilton stated, "and he didn't leave me any space." Verstappen, on the other hand, contended that he had left room for Hamilton. "He goes for that move, he commits to the move," Verstappen explained. "Of course, I'm going to make it difficult for him to make the move, but as soon as he commits to the inside and is getting alongside me, I open up the corner and then I'm going to leave him space." The incident led to a thorough investigation and the verdict was delivered. Hamilton was found to be predominantly to blame for the incident. It was a collision that would have a lasting impact on the championship battle and a moment that showcased the intense drama and rivalry that define Formula One. Number 1. Romain Grosjean, Bahrain 2020. And the wait is over. This, the most miraculous crash survival in recent Formula One history, unfolded during the 2020 Bahrain Grand Prix, and it involved Romain Grosjean. This incident sent shockwaves through the world of motorsport. As the race began, Grosjean's Haas car found itself in a heart-stopping situation. On the first lap, while travelling at high speed, Grosjean's car made contact with another car, veering off the track and crashing into the metal barriers with incredible force. The impact was so severe that the car burst into flames, splitting into two parts. What followed was nothing short of miraculous. Despite the ferocity of the crash, Grosjean managed to free himself from the fiery wreck, emerging from the flames with the help of the trackside marshals. Grosjean was out of there when the medical team rushed in just 28 seconds. It was like a miracle. It was an image that stunned everyone. A driver walking away from what seemed like certain doom. Grosjean suffered relatively minor injuries, including burns to his hands and ankles, but his survival was extraordinary. The Haas team's swift action and the safety features of modern Formula One cars, including the halo device that protected his head, played a crucial role in his escape. In Grosjean's own words, he described the terrifying moments. "I try to go up a bit more on the right, it doesn't work. Go on the left, doesn't work. So I sit back down and thought about Nikki Lauda, his accident. Thought it couldn't end like this. It couldn't be my last race. It couldn't finish like this, no way, so I'll try again." And he said that, "I know, I'm going to jump out." This heart-pounding incident was even featured in the Netflix Formula One series, a testament to its unforgettable impact on F1. As we wrap up this thrilling journey through the most miraculous crash survivals in Formula One, we are reminded of these extraordinary drivers' incredible resilience and determination. From the heart-stopping moments on the track to the remarkable stories of survival, Formula One continues to push the boundaries of human endurance and safety. If you've been captivated by these tales of courage and tenacity, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more gripping stories from F1. And if you've enjoyed this episode, please like this video and share it with fellow Formula One enthusiasts. We will be back soon with another exciting video, and until then, keep your engines revving.